right, we're going to call the regular meeting to order. The notice requirements provided in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. The notice of this meeting was properly given in the new schedule of meetings of the Spotswood Borough Council on December 27, 2017. The new schedule was transmitted to the Home News Tribune and the Sentinel. It was filed with the clerk of the Borough of Spotswood and posted in the municipal building located at 77 Summerhill Road, Spotswood, New Jersey. So everyone, roll call, please.
Okay. Councilman Stolen.
Here.
Councilman Malillo.
Here.
Councilman Rivera.
Here.
Acting Councilman Ritchie.
Here.
Mayor Sealy.
I'm here.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We can have a seat.
Silence.
I forgot. I didn't have anybody.
Okay, we have minutes from April 25th, 2018, the caucus meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from April 19th?
Second.
It's April 25th.
April 20th? Sorry,
25th.
25th.
We have the minutes from April 25th for the public hearing on the carnival.
Second.
Make a motion to approve those minutes?
All in favor?
Aye.
We have the minutes from April 25th, 2018, the regular meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from April 25th, regular meeting?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have the minutes, the caucus meeting, May 7th, 2018.
Make a motion to move the
Motion to
minutes.
approve the minutes.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And we have the minutes from May 7th, 2018, regular meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have resolutions of the under the consent agenda, 2018-91 through 2018-101, excluding 2018-95. Is there a motion to move the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the resolutions?
Second.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Acting Council President Ritchie.
Yes. have a
We do
resolution.
have the Resolution 95, which I have to read in full. That's on resolution authorizing.
Okay.
It's the Resolution 2018-95, whereas Mayor Edward Sealy has appointed Jose Rivera as Emergency Management Coordinator, and whereas state statute mandates an appointment to be renewed every 3 years, and whereas Jose Rivera, 46 Herbert Avenue, Spotswood, New Jersey, is appointed as Emergency Management Coordinator for a term retroactively back to April 20th, 2018, to run for 3 years and will expire April 20th, 2021. Whereas compensation for the Emergency Management Coordinator is in accordance with the Borough Salary Ordinance, now therefore be it resolved by the Borough Council of the Borough of Spotswood in the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, that advice and consent of such council is hereby given so as to enable Jose Rivera to serve as the Emergency Management Coordinator for the 3 years.
Make a motion to approve
Make
the
a motion to
resolution?
approve the resolution.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Abstain.
Acting Council President Ritchie.
Yes. Okay, do we have any comments from any of the members on the dais?
Yeah, I got some. All right, I'll start off with this little thing here. Board of Education, June 12th, high school, library, 7 o'clock. And the Memorial Day parade was fabulous. Beautiful parade. The mayor led the charge over there. Did a good job, the mayor. He walked out. Anyway, it was a good parade. Beautiful, I mean, it was really nice. A nice crowd, too, a big crowd. It was a beautiful crowd. Sidewalk to sidewalk. It was very nice. Very, very nice, I have to say that. And everybody was smiling. Kids, they were throwing candy to the kids. It was great. It was a great parade. That's what I have. Thank you.
I have nothing.
Kurt? What was that?
Again, I just want to thank the mayor for reappointment, and I also like to thank him for the parade. It was a great parade. I had a great time. Also, we received 2 generators from the FAA, from Emergency Management, got donated to us. So we're picking it up, and apparently one is going to be going to Public Works, and we don't know where the other one's going to go yet.
These are portables?
Nope.
No?
Stationary one.
Stationary. Brand new?
No, they're used, but FAA, if Fernhead, there used to be a huge tower there that they had there. It was run by also a backup generator. They got rid of the tower, they moved it somewhere else, and they gave us the generator.
Nice.
Also, there's another one that's, we have to go pick up in, by Greater Ventures.
Very good.
That's indoors, so got donated, so
Very good.
Good job.
Anything else?
that's it.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, well, thank you for appointing Mr. Rivera again. He does a very good job at emergency management. I gotta say, I was kept abreast of every situation we had, whether it be flooding or storms coming up, going on, even if it was an incident to do with personnel that we had to find a home for or whatever. He does that job well, and I welcome him back for the next 3 years. That's one thing I can sleep easy about. The parade was good. It was a good day. Mr. Stallings walked with me. We walked the street. I was looking at the old parade pictures from years ago, and actually all public figures used to walk the parade, as well as the police. You know, everybody was involved. Hopefully we'll get back to that someday. But
Mayor Zagnit sometimes was in a car that he was driven.
that's cheating, but that's okay. That being said, our next meeting agenda, we will have the first reading for funding ordinances for the capital projects, including the budget process that we are ready to move forward. Brunswick Avenue improvements, Karen Street says, drainage improvements, communications, replacement of UPS, and some vehicles. Borough is seeking applications right now for a full-time sanitation laborer. We have another opening. The fishing derby that generally happens this month has been moved till October 20th, because that's also a free fishing day. You have to have a free fishing day for a derby. And that's generally because of what we're doing to the lake right now. The borough is seeking volunteers for the planning and zoning board. So if you've got some free time, you want to be on the planning and zoning board, call my office. A special thanks, which is going out via the Sentinel as well, to the contributors to the parade, because if we didn't have contributors, we absolutely would not have a parade. And some of them are substantial contributors. I mean, I don't want to really get into dollar amounts, but Schweitzer, ShopRite, top of the list. I mean, they just never seem to stop giving to the community, and that's a great thing. There are others, but like I said, I'll put a whole list out in the Sentinel. People will see who did what. As for the community yard wide yard sale on June 23rd and 24th, it's not exactly free. The borough doesn't collect any money, but there is a $20 per home charge. But that money goes to the benefit the police special events. In other words, when they run their little things where pizza with a cop, or, right? Am I correct?
National Night Out.
National Night Out. All that money is used for something like that, and you can see the police records window if you want to sign up. That's for the media out there as well to hear. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
Can I ask a question of you, Mr. Mayor? Could you
can.
give us an update on the lake? Because what we had hoped it to get to doesn't seem to be there yet. Can you give us an idea of what's happening? And
I can give you a good idea what's happening. Today, a lot more of the soil was removed that was piled up outside because it's a little bit of an eyesore. We want to get it down there. Our next stage right now is we're going to get a couple loads of topsoil, put it down and level it out so it's a little higher, like the plateau of the road, which will give us a little more depth in the lake, and we'll let the water rise up to the street like it did the past storm we just had, as we were all panicking for EMS to wash away. And from there, I have to get a letter out to 5 different communities to support a resolution to back us on funding, right? from the DEP, because there is a grant available, but we need to get letters in support, a resolution of support, and we can only utilize it for flood retention. Because if I use it for anything like beautification, well, that's what I want, they won't do that. They won't do anything with the aesthetics, but they will help it, and that's the angle we're taking right now.
Sure.
And I'll probably be in touch with Senator Greenstein probably within the next 2 weeks. Right now, I'm kind of concentrating on East Brunswick deal.
And we're also working on the discretionary grant for the traffic light?
Yes, we are.
We are? Okay, want to keep that moving ahead.
Yes, we are.
He knows.
Okay, thank you.
Is that it?
You can do it
Good?
the same.
I just wanted to mention one thing. The Recreation Department had the Woodstock set for last Saturday, and they had to cancel it because the weather
Either one, I was,
didn't look very good that day, so they put it off. However, it will not be, there's no rain date on it. So on behalf of Recreation, I want to thank all the contributors to that one also, because without the contributors, that would be difficult to run. All right, old business. Do you have any reports from liaisons or department heads, or we covered?
I think we did that.
We did that?
Yep.
All right, is there a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion to open to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Lillian Chinesco, 294 Woods End Court. At times you go down Main Street and people put stuff out for the garbage, some furniture, you might see some, but I've seen a couch on Main Street. I don't know why people put couches out in the front except to sit on. And it hasn't been collected by the sanitation department. This leads to blight.
Where is this?
Yeah, we're on Main Street.
Yeah, where on Main Street is it?
I've seen it too.
Right near the old Ace Hardware. It was
Okay, I know which one you're talking about.
It was a,
Yeah.
Do you allow this?
an antique
Up against the
place.
building.
What?
It's up against the building, it's not at the curb for garbage.
It's still, well, it should not be allowed. It leads to blight. It's bad enough that we have a couple houses that look like a wreck, but now you can allow old couches to be put out in the front?
Is that from the dress shop?
No, it's the old one,
when did they pick up the book?
not the dress shop.
Well, it's not out for
By the
pickup.
barber shop?
It's not
It's
out
up a
for
little
pickup.
closer to the
It's against the
intersection.
building.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying if it's bulk.
Between
Garbage.
between Regard and
It's kind of like a slab.
Yeah. I think we have to check our code because
Yeah, but we can
it
also.
could be up to interpretation. Some people have patio furniture like on their front porch.
Years ago, it was merely vacuums,
Yeah.
and then it became an antique place, an electrical place.
basically what's going to happen is we're going to look into it and see if there's anything in the borough code that prohibits that. If there is, we'll have the code enforcement officer notify them. If there's nothing in the borough code that prohibits it, then.
Well, I think we should review the codes. The same thing as the couple of houses that the bank owns on those,
We do have ordinances for
Gee,
bank-owned
otherwise-
properties. They have to maintain them, or
well,
otherwise we'll maintain
those
the
banks are
building.
not maintaining the property. And there's
That's every
nothing
town, Will.
and you can enforce some kind of a,
Well, we can. If the bank-owned properties are not maintained properly, the borough can go in and maintain it and then bill the bank for the services. But at
But
what
you're
point
not-
does the
but
code
you're
enforcement
not gonna
officer
do
make
it,
that
so.
that determination?
And we first have to give them sufficient notice to get it cleaned up on their own before we can just step in and do it.
well, you haven't done anything so far, so.
But it's not just us. There's a lot of towns that have the same problem with these bank-owned properties. This is not a Spotswood issue. This is just an issue everywhere you go. It's unfortunate.
We'll just have to get after the inspectors.
We can have code enforcement look at it a little bit more. That's the easy part.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Carol, come on up.
Cheryl Bass, 289 Main Street. I need a new telephone book, so I brought my old one with me so I wouldn't forget, because I had forgotten at the last meeting. So I need a new telephone book. They haven't been delivered to,
You actually still use a telephone book?
I don't have a computer in my apartment,
You'd have to use a phone book.
so I have to use a phone book.
I have one I can give you, Cheryl.
Yeah, okay,
I'm not using it.
okay.
Phone holds up a table.
Yeah.
And I was going to stop putting ads in the phone book because I didn't think anybody used them anymore.
There's no more advertising in the phone book. Nobody uses them anymore.
Oh,
They're hardly
that's-
able to put it out anymore.
That's why I've been forgotten. That's why I've been forgotten. And I'm wondering, is there any type of update on, I'll be going to the meeting tomorrow night, the Save Frost meeting, but it seems to me as though all the items had been taken care of behind closed doors, and that the public is the last to know, and the surrounding towns and businesses are the last to know. And then the comment is, well, there's nothing you can do about it. So with the property, it was, they have the designs already, they have the drugstore, they have the bank, all in the
Well, Cheryl,
figuring.
that's the application.
Yeah.
When you do an
Yeah.
application, that's the
Yeah.
planning.
Okay.
But they did get the zoning changed. It wasn't done behind closed doors.
Yeah,
The
that-
government did that, and they put the small print advertising in the legal section of the paper, and unless you read that every day, you'll never know what happened.
No one comes to the meeting.
And no one goes to the meeting. So nothing was
Yes.
done behind, you can't accuse them of doing anything
And
behind
yeah.
closed doors.
It's done in a public forum, but the
Right.
thing is, if you don't realize it's coming, that there's a zoning change coming,
Right.
you don't come to a meeting and you raise objections or, bring questions to it, then it's going to be before the board, and that board's going to either accept it or deny it.
Right.
But it's, like Kurt said, it's not done behind closed doors. It's a public forum that it's done in. But again, people don't realize what's coming, and then it comes through, which is not necessarily illegal. They are putting their notices in the paper.
Yeah, yeah.
But
The
that-
problem
that-
is that we don't find out about it as a member, as a public group until they try and shove something like that in there, and then all of a sudden, the word goes out like a wildfire that they're going to shoehorn all these buildings into that piece of property. But as Kurt said, that is the planning phase.
Right.
They're going to come before the board, they're going to bring their professionals in, their planners, their engineers, and everyone to talk about, this is what we can do, this is what will happen, this is what we anticipate. They'll have their drawings in place. At the end of all of this, the planning board or the zoning board, in this case, the zoning board, I guess, because planning already made the approvals, at this point, what's going to happen is the zoning board is going to have to take a vote up or down after they have their meeting. But it's up to their planners and their engineers and their traffic people to come in and put a case forward to argue that it's not detrimental, to the public by having that built there. And it's up to everyone else to come in and say, we don't want it, it is detrimental. Our professionals will go in and they'll argue the points against what their professionals are saying. But at the end, it's a zoning board decision in East Brunswick. Best we can do is make our appearance, make our position known, and be ready if we need to move forward on this. But it's not even our town, that's the sad part.
Right, it's not our town.
We're only going to get so much say in this.
And I think the roads are county roads. I think both,
Summer Hill is, Old Stage is not.
oh, okay, will
Old
the
Stage is
county
municipal.
be at the meeting to say?
Because the county board has to give approval on the project as time goes forward.
Okay,
Okay, so the county would never come to one of these. As a matter of course, as things get done, the county is given notification that the project is moving forward.
And actually, the county has a meeting the same night as this hearing tomorrow night. And,
Freeholders meeting.
Freeholders
Yeah.
meeting. And there's members of the community that are going to that to make sure
Okay.
they are aware of what's happening.
okay.
Well, this is going to be attacked on both fronts.
Yeah, because just going on Summer Hill Road, as a resident from Spotswood, just going on Summer Hill Road, there are people coming out of ShopRite, making a left turn, when it's easier just to make the right as you're coming out from ShopRite. And the light turns green, the traffic has to stand still so the car can make the left. And by the time you get to the green light, it's a red light. The traffic right now is so bad, and the infrastructure, the water mains, we always get water main breaks, and if you put in 120 units, all with plumbing, you're going to have water main breaks again. You have to take that into consideration, you know.
They normally come because of the winter or some very old aged pipes. But again, that's East Brunswick. It's not affecting us over here. That's not part of our water system over there.
That part of it isn't our problem.
Yeah, it really isn't. If their pipes blow up all day long, we don't care. We just drive around the mess.
Yeah, because it seems to me, as someone who was totally unfamiliar with this, because it's where East Brunswick meets Spotswood, it seems to me like they're going to give us all the problems that they are.
They're sharing their problems with us is what they're doing. They're basically hammering their residents with this project too. We're going to feel it because we're a small community and we're already inundated with traffic now. So now they're just going to burden us with more.
Right, right.
But again, all we can do is go in there and make our objections known, and hopefully, our professionals can make a point that maybe the project should not be, and if they can get that across to someone, but that's all we can do.
Right.
We're going to
Okay.
give it hell.
Yeah.
How much hell we really give it is another story, but
Right.
we have our professionals lined up to do what we can with this.
Yes.
Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. That's why I'm wondering.
It's going to be a havoc, it's what it is.
Yeah.
We're going to get drowned out, like you said, with water. Yeah, it's going to happen, it'll happen.
Yeah, that's why it appears to me that those who are unfamiliar took care behind closed doors. That's why I use that expression.
Again, it's not a
Yeah.
closed door thing.
Yeah.
It is a public meeting, and, changing zoning, just like what we did here, I was on the zoning board, we changed their master plans here in town.
Right,
Nobody came to these meetings when we were making
Right,
changes.
right.
We advertise what we're doing, and one or two people come out from the public to these things, but generally, unless you have an application before the board and you have an interest in what's going on, I mean, here we are, we have what, 5, 6, 7 people here at a meeting tonight
Right.
for a borough
So you
council.
turn around, look behind you.
yeah,
Not till you strike a nerve, does anybody get up?
That's where we're at with this.
yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Cheryl Beth, thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Make a motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, our next meeting is going to be on June 18th, 7:30 PM. It's a Monday evening. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, second.
All in
Next
favor?
meeting.
Aye.
Aye.
Have a good night.